Good morning, YouTube. The Sword of God has come out with another date. They're looking at January 28th through the 30th. As of 10:05 or 10:06 this morning, it becomes January 28th in Israel, and that's exciting. I would suggest you guys go watch The Sword of God. It's a 2-hour video, but that guy's got so much energy and can skip back and forth between Bible verses like I couldn't. And he's come up with this date. Minister Christine has come up with the date as well. There are several different seekers that have come up with this date. It's a high watch date. They're not saying that it's going to happen. Nobody knows the day or the hour at this point. I've always felt like we would about 7 days before it happens, just like Noah did in the ark. He was told 7 days, get ready, because in 7 days it's happening. What I wanted to talk about is the word harpazo. Now, I'm fluent in Spanish. I live in Florida, moved here when I was 18, and los latinos me enseñan cómo hablan español. The word rapture is not found in the Bible, and you've heard this discussion over and over again, but I wanted to bring it to a different point of view, from a different point of view. So, you have the Bible. It was originally written in Greek and Hebrew. Well, in Greek, you will find the word harpazo. In English, when we translated the Bible into English, we translated it catching away. That's the way we translated it. I think it's a mistranslation, personally. I think the Latins got it correct when they translated the Bible into Spanish. Their word is rapturo. You can tell by the sound of the word, it's rapture. So the word rapture is found in the Bible. It's just unfortunate, the translation that they used of catching away rather than the word rapture. The Bible was translated into English, back in 1611 by King James. And so it's possible that the English language didn't even have the word rapture in it back then when they translated it. And in Spanish, they were translating it obviously from the original Greek, and they wouldn't have translated it from Spanish, but the Latins got it correct. They got it right. Rapturo is the correct word. So I wanted to clear that up. I'm trying to articulate this in a way that we understand. So there's 3 groups of people. There's going to be the bride that's taken away. The second group of people is going to be the tribulation saints, the Jews. They're going to be taken away after much tribulation, after much travail. And then at the end, there's going to be those people who are here on earth that did not receive the mark, and they're going to see the holy city setting down. How do I know God? Well, I don't want to say it like that, so I'm trying to articulate this properly. How do you know? What group are you? Okay? So if you're the bride, you already know that God built this planet and built it in a way to where everything that's here will last. He gave us enough to last all the way through everything. I have faith in that. I don't throw my garbage out in the street because that's horrible. But I don't disagree with cutting trees down. I feel like if they'd been cutting trees down all along and replanting them, maybe California and half the places that burnt to the ground wouldn't have. I think you need to clear it out and replant it. I think it works the best. So my point is this. Let's say you are a Christian, but you're so worried about, how many trees we have and stuff, how much oil there is. That's the biggest argument ever. So I'm 56. I went to school in the 70s. I'm really getting old. Seems like time just flew by. Don't know what happened. But anyway, here I am. When I was a kid, we were taught that the oil comes from dead dinosaurs, fossil fuels. That's what we were taught. Now, they've kind of gotten away from that here lately, but is it because they didn't know? No, I think they knew. Our planet makes oil. It just constantly makes oil. You squeeze anything, corn, you got corn oil. You squeeze, like any of the vegetables, olive oil, you get that from olives. You can get oil out of just about any vegetable. So our planet's just covered in vegetation, and as the vegetation dies off and goes down, the oil goes down in the ground, and they wiped out all of the oil in Texas. They cleaned it out, so they scrambled. Oh my God! Remember in the '80s with Reagan going, "Oh, we have to raise fuel prices." It went way up, and we're going to run out of oil. They had no faith in the fact that God gave us enough to make it to the end. We had enough oil. We always have, and we always will. I have faith that God created all this and gave us enough to survive all the way up until his time. Um, so if the oil, so if you're on the fence, so let's say you're like an environmentalist, but you're a Christian, you might be in another group of people. I say that they create a scenario where there's no oil on purpose so that they can raise prices, but they know, scientists know, they don't talk about it, but they know. The planet just makes the stuff. All the oil wells that they depleted in Texas, they went back, they're all full again. How did they fill back up? Because the planet makes the stuff. So I wanted to touch on that. Always remember that if you're hearing this and any of this ever touches you and you just kind of, on the fence about things, go to a quiet room and pray and ask Jesus into your heart. The day is near. These new rapture dates are just, I've been looking at this for over 30 years. I was there in 1988 when they were saying 88 reasons for 88, and I was there in 94, 2000, 2011, all 2012, all the dates they came. But one thing I've noticed over the years is that the dates are getting closer and closer. The dates that they had before seemed like they were valid, but they weren't really. I mean, they kind of caught your attention, but they really couldn't figure it out, point it in the Bible. Now they're just peeling like the Sword of God and ministry revealed. These guys are really finding stuff in the Bible, and if you pay, and you got to believe, or you got to know that the Bible is written by God. It's not written by some old dude back in the day that didn't know what he was saying, and the stories are all different. No, it was written by God, and every word in there has a specific meaning. There are no mistakes in the Bible, the original Greek and Hebrew. Some of our translations are a little weak, like catching away, but it's still there. I mean, it's still there. So, but you got to believe in the Bible 100%, like every single word in the Bible. There's a reason why the robe of Jesus was a different color for each of the three apostles that wrote in the three synoptic gospels. There's a reason for that. It wasn't a mistake. One of them didn't call it blue, and one of them didn't call it red, and one of them didn't call it, I forget what the other color was, white, I think, or burgundy. Anyway, so just keep going forward, and you never know, man. You never know. The rapture, when it happens, it's going to just be 1 second you're sitting here, the next second you're gone. So if you were on the fence, more worried about the planet or about the president or about anything going on in this universe other than Jesus Christ himself, you need to step back. You can worry about those things, but you need to step back and pray to God. Get on your knees in a quiet place and ask him into your heart. And then you're just going to start, like, your attentions will be, I mean, if you think about it, before you were saved, a lot of people who are here are saved. Before you were saved, you were thinking about all kinds of things other than God. So now, once you become saved, you have a hunger for it. You want to know more about it. So at any rate, God bless everyone, and we'll talk to you later.